So we all know and love the Tyrannosaurus Rex Rexy from Jurassic World and the original Jurassic Park, but what happens if I told you her story isn't actually over in 2022 and may play a huge part in a role in the future? Now, we all know in Jurassic World Dominion we see her at the end of the movie and she is there with Buck and Doe, which is the Rexes from the Lost World Jurassic Park, all grown up and they're living their life in the sanctuary, and Rexy meets these two and seemingly goes out and lives her life with these two remaining Rexes, or so we thought. Now, I'm also aware that a brand new clip has released today as of this recording of Rexy being captured post Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Although people are calling this a mini movie, which is absolutely not, it's just a clip, we do get a glimpse of her out in the wild. But how is Rexy's story not over, you might ask? Well, let's cast our minds, like we've said, back to Dominion. Where could it go from there? We know Rexy is plus 30 years old, and it does say that Rexy can live plus 30 years, but she is definitely at the end of her lifespan. She's been in lots and lots of battles, she's fought all kinds of foes, and is still ticking. Is now the right time to actually kill Rexy off? Well, they definitely need to do something with her, and I think we will see a conclusion to her story in a new Jurassic franchise, and this is what I'm thinking. We know she is with Buck and Doe at the end of Dominion. Now, that does mean she is with another female and will be with another younger male. Now, it is possible that Rexy could breed with the younger Buck, although unlikely. Although that could feature as a good storyline to finish Rexy off. We could see in the future the offspring of Rexy, which would probably be better than seeing her killed off on screen, because we know she is not going to last forever, and that's a way we could write in a descendant of Rexy herself. We also know from Camp Cretaceous Season 2 that Rexy was building a nest, so it could even be that Rexy herself could produce her own offspring without the help of the young Buck, just like Blue did in Jurassic World Dominion, and she had her own offspring. We could see Rexy do the same thing, and then that younger generation of Rexy could take on Rexy's name. Now, I know what you're all thinking, these are all storylines which feature Rexy actually dying and leaving us and never coming back to the franchise. I know, I think that's the only way we can do it on screen, but I won't forget, and I will talk about stories which could involve Rexy returning and not being killed off. Now, I'm not going to talk anything pre-Jurassic World Dominion because that is not a continuation of her story. That's just a prelude to what's actually happened. So, in a sense to post-Jurassic World Dominion, what could we see from Rexy then? We could see her a year or so later with her family and see how she's gotten on with her family, or she may not have even been accepted into that pack, and we could see her fighting off or even fighting ground territory-wise in that new Bioseng sanctuary. We could even see her face off against old adversaries as well, although it would be so difficult for her to now win these battles. I mean, we could easily see her face off against the Spinosaurus, but who would you pick to win that fight in all honesty? Rexy being the age she's at, although she's got a lot of experience, would she beat the Spinosaurus? Let me know in the comments below, because I really wouldn't know which way that's going to go. We know that there's a future animated show coming up. Check out this video here for more details, but she probably would feature in that, but that would be pre-Jurassic World Dominion to my current knowledge. We could see a story revolve around the current events in 2023 possibly, with all the dinosaurs out in the open, the dinosaurs having rights, and we could actually see Rexy there living out a normal life of a dinosaur at that time in the Bioseng Sanctuary. Maybe she has a child at this stage, a young juvenile T-Rex which she is looking after, and the story could have little elements of that, and then later on at the conclusion of the movie you could see the young juvenile T-Rex a little more grown up and without its mother, a lovely telltale sign to show that Rexy has indeed passed on. I think the most likely output we're going to get for Rexy in the future is the fact that she's had some type of offspring, much like Blue from Jurassic World Dominion. I can't see them featuring another story with a T-Rex who's plus 30 years old now and have some type of huge impact without her coming away severely scarred or having the cliche fights which we've currently seen. I mean, with the Indominus, she needed help. We didn't really see her too much in Fallen Kingdom, and again in Jurassic World Dominion, she got basically taken out by the Giga and again needed help from the Therizinosaurus. They couldn't do that again for a third movie. It just couldn't happen, and she wouldn't have the strength at the age she's at to take on another apex predator and live, in my honest opinion. I'm just saying how I feel on the situation on a fictional show, so bear in mind, don't go hating me in the comments. Hey, it could be a lot worse. We could see her die at the hands of a Spinosaurus. Could you imagine the controversy along that? So it could be a lot worse. I definitely want to see more of Rexy on screen and see her story come to a conclusion on screen rather than just them killing her off with old age off screen. I think she deserves a lot more than that, and I think it would make a better homage to her legacy with them doing something with her and her having a family and passing on her legacy to a new generation of Tyrannosaurs rather than just saying, oh yeah, she's died off screen and this is now her offspring, and not really showing any of that. I think that would do a massive disservice to Rexy. And now the question has to be asked, what evidence do we actually have that she's going to show up in a new Jurassic movie in some capacity? The only evidence we really have to go on is obviously that post-Dominion screen where we have Rexy in the back and doe. That's really all we have at the moment to theorize on, like we've done, and where the paths can go from there. In reality, the outcomes we can have are the ones we have just discussed. There are probably a few more smaller theories which we're not going to discuss today, because the majority of the theories, as we've just discussed, would either be A, she gets killed off on screen, B, she gets killed off screen, or C, they show her legacy and show her pass on her legacy on the screen, and that's how she leaves the franchise. Very similar to Blue and what they've done with her in the Jurassic World Dominion franchise, but we got to remember Blue is a lot younger than the Rex we see in Jurassic Park, aka Rexy. Now, there is an option D, but it's a hugely controversial one, and I'm saying this just to play devil's advocate. Perhaps we see that Spinosaurus come back, and perhaps we see a magnificent rematch of the legacy dinosaurs, Spinosaurus and Rexy. Now, that's me just in my theory brain having a little bit of fun playing devil's advocate there, because I know a lot of people in the comments are going to be either A, absolutely raging, or B, getting on board with the rematch. But no, in all seriousness now, guys, I think the only options we're really going to have is the ones I have just stated, and I definitely would love to see more dinosaur battles in the future, etc., because I do enjoy that. I'd love to see more dinosaur stories, especially original ones, and I don't think we're going to see any more dinosaur battles involving the legendary Tyrannosaurus Rex, Rexy. I think her time of fighting and defending her territory, defending against enemies is done, and we will see her continue her legacy either on screen or off screen. Go and watch all my other videos, especially my dinosaur stories. I'm telling you, you'll enjoy them. Go and give one a watch. I'd like to thank my Patreon members and YouTube members. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers now. Bye bye.